Hello students, in this video we will discuss some case study based questions in computer networks topic. As you all know, we have a 5 marks question in this topic. So let us get into the questions. I have given the first important question which is generally asked in all the case study questions is give the best possible cable layout for the given blocks. There will be some blocks or buildings which are given for a particular company and you have to draw the cable layout for connecting those 3 blocks or buildings. Now, condition number 1. When there are n number of blocks, you must draw n minus 1 lines. If there are 4 blocks in a campus, you have to draw 3 lines to connect them. You should not draw 4 lines and put them in a loop. Loops should not be formed, it is wrong. Then, you can draw star topology or bus topology, but ring or mesh is not allowed. Okay. Then, how should you start drawing the layout? From the given distance, choose the first lowest distance first. Right? And try to avoid, don't choose the maximum distance at all. Try all possible combinations with the lowest distance. Now, look at this example. There are 4 buildings in this campus. Orbit, Jupiter, Oracle and Sunrise, and the distance between the buildings are given. Now choose the lowest possible distance here, 25 meters. It is between Oracle building and Sunrise building. So you can write Oracle and Sunrise, right? And the distance between these two is 25 meters. Okay, let's keep this under consideration. Now look at the next smallest distance, 45 meters. It is between Orbit and Sunrise. So Sunrise is already here. You can connect this to Orbit. And what is the distance? Note it down. Now you have to only one building is left out, which is Jupiter. Jupiter should be connected either to Sunrise or Oracle or Orbit. Now look at the distance of Jupiter to these 3 blocks and choose the lowest one. Jupiter to Orbit is 50. Jupiter to Sunrise is 170. Jupiter to Oracle is 125. Skip these two and draw Jupiter to Orbit. Okay, which is 50. Now, how will you draw the diagram? Should it be only in this way or should it be drawn this way? Anything is okay. Or you can even draw straight lines like this. It need not be in a particular shape, but the connectivity should be correct. Okay, so I told you loops should not be formed. So never ever connect a line like this, or don't draw any line like this. There should not be any closed loop. That is the first important condition. Now, whenever you draw the layout, it may be of bus topology or star topology. You can have Sunrise in the middle, Oracle, Orbit, Jupiter. You can have one block in the middle and connect 2 other blocks this way. Okay, so anything is okay, fine. You can draw either star topology or bus. Both are correct ways of doing it. Okay, now let's get into the next case study. The next one, I've given another example here. There are 4 buildings: development, logistics, HR and admin. And I've given the distance between these 4 blocks. So let us see which is the smallest possible distance. There are 2 small distances here, 50 meters and 50 meters. Development to HR is 50 meters. HR to logistics is 50 meters. Then development to admin is 75 meters. So you have to bring these 3 combinations into the picture. So let us draw the picture here. Development, whatever is given, I'm just roughly noting it down. Admin, then HR, then logistics. Okay, there are 4 buildings. So let's start drawing the lines. Development to admin is 75 meters. Admin to HR is 110. That is too big. Okay. We can go in this way. Logistics to HR is 50. Now HR to admin is 110. Only development is left out. Development to HR is 50. So HR will be in the middle and you have 3 other blocks connected. So the distance will be 210 meters. Okay. Now let us see what are all the other possible combinations. 50, 50, 175, maybe if it is possible, we'll try it. Development to HR is 50. Development to admin is 75. HR to logistics is 50. So look at the total. This comes to 175. I think this should be the best possible layout, because what are the smallest three distances? 50, 75 and 50. So this should be the smallest possible, best possible layout should be this one. This is not right. So you can try different combinations and check which one would be best for you. Okay. So development, admin, HR and logistics, this is the best possible layout for these this picture. Now let's move on to the next one small example. HR block, conference block, finance blocks. There are only 3 blocks, which means you should draw only 2 lines. So what are the 2 lines? This is very easy because you have to draw only 2 lines. So choose the 2 possible small lines, and the connecting block is finance. So put finance in the middle. Finance to HR is 40. Finance to conference is 50. That's all. This is the best possible layout. I hope you understood how to draw the cable layout, right? Okay. So these were the examples we saw just now. Now another important question is the placement of server. The server should be placed in the block with the maximum number of computers. So the number of computers will be given in the example. How many computers are there in each block? It will be given in the question. The number of computers in conference block is 75. Number of computers in finance block 30. Number of computers in HR block is 110. Some numbers will be given like this, and choose the block with the highest number of computers. Where is the highest number of computers? In HR block. So the server should be placed in the HR block. And there is a similar question. Where should the modem be placed? The modem should be placed wherever is the server. Where is the server? The server should be placed in the maximum number of computers. The same option will be chosen for that. Okay. Then placement of switch or hub. Where should the switch or hub should be placed? Where should they be placed? So you should say it should be placed in each block wherever there is a network of computer. Now see here, there are 110 computers in HR, so we should place a switch here. There are 75 computers in conference, you need a switch here. There are 35 computers in finance, you need a switch here. So you should write every block. The switch or hub should be placed in each block, because to form a network of computers. Okay, to form a network, we need a switch or hub in every block, each and every block in the campus. This is how you have to write the answer. Then what is the device that is needed for internet connectivity? You should write modem or router. The Wi-Fi router should be placed for internet connectivity. Where it should be placed? The place where the maximum number of computers, that is wherever the server is placed. Okay, that is what I told about placement of modem. Then justify the placement of repeater. Where the repeater should be placed? Now in the picture you just saw the distance between each block. So you should write the repeater should be placed in which block to which block. Justify. What is justification? You have to write the distance is more than 100 meters. So the repeater should be placed to amplify the signals. Look at this example. Here, which block requires a repeater? This one, because the distance is 110. The repeater should be placed between HR and conference as the distance is 110 meters. You can also look into this one. Here, the repeater should be placed between development to logistics block, HR to admin block, admin to logistics block, because the distance between these blocks are more than 100 meters. This is how you have to give the justification. Okay. Next, which device is needed for the networks to connect with different protocols? Then you have to write gateway. Okay. Then name a device or name a hardware or name a software to provide security for the network, to prevent unauthorized access for the network, to provide secure the data in the network, to prevent cyber attack in the network, to prevent malicious software. All these stand for one answer, which is firewall. Okay, whether they ask for device or hardware or software, whatever term is used, all these are similar terms. The answer should be firewall. Okay, and if there is a connection which is possible in hilly areas, if you are asked which type of connection, which type of media is needed in hilly areas, then you have to write radio waves. So hilly areas, mountain region, that is the keyword for radio waves. Okay, in case you are asked which line of transmission requires line of sight, which connection needs a line of sight transmission, then you have to write infrared waves or laser or microwave transmission. These are the transmissions which requires line of sight. What is line of sight? When the signals pass, there should not be block anywhere. If there is a block, the signals will not be transferred. That is called line of sight transmission. It should be straight. Okay. Next, when you are asked for the best options, which is the best possible wireless connectivity, internet connectivity, which is the best possible wired internet connection, which is the best possible cable to connect the computers in a network. So for all this, I've given the answer. For best wireless connectivity, it is satellite connection. For best wired cable, which cable is the best? Then you have to go in for optical fiber. Or you can choose broadband. In case when you are given some options, you don't find optical fiber, then you have to choose broadband. Then which cable is best to connect the computers? Then you have to choose fiber optic, right? Because the transmission is very fast. In case in MCQs, if you are not given the fiber optic option, then if an Ethernet cable is given, you can choose that. Okay. So what are the keywords? High speed, best way, most effective connection, no compromise with performance, best performance. For all these keywords, you have to go in for satellite connectivity or optical fiber or fiber optic cable. So these are three different topics for the best ones. Then, which one is the cheap or the economic or the low cost connection? Wired internet connection, you can go in for dial-up. Okay. Then for the best possible cable for connecting the computers in fiber optic is the costliest one. The next comes twisted pair or coaxial. You can choose any one among these. Or if you are given an MCQ, choose the best possible one. Then they may give some examples and ask you what kind of a network is formed when a person working in a company connects all his laptop, his mobile phone and computer and all that. What kind of a network is formed? Then you have to write PAN. When the computers in a specific room or inside a building or inside the campus, then LAN is formed. When the buildings within a town or a city is connected, then MAN is formed, metropolitan area network. When a connection is made across cities or countries, a WAN is formed, wide area network is formed. Next, these are the options for protocols. Some ABC corporation is organized for a meeting or conference. What kind of protocol is used for this? Then you have to write VoIP, voice over internet protocol. Then what protocol is used for connecting computers to a network or which is used to communication, used for communication? Then you have to choose TCP/IP. The protocol used for using a website. So HTTP or HTTPS is only responsible for the website which is being loaded in our system. So you have to use that. For transferring files, it is FTP, file transfer protocol. The protocol for sending mails, it is SMTP. The protocol used for receiving mails, POP3. Protocol for dial-up connection. Why? Because to establish a dedicated connection, dedicated line between two devices, you need point-to-point protocol, PPP. Then the protocol to log on to a remote system, you need Telnet. Thank you for watching. Best wishes for your exam. Do well.